What's up, HyperFast Nation? On this episode of the show, we're going to look at the question of, will this be a short spring market for real estate agents and what you should do to prepare? Stand by for the next episode of the HyperFast Show. All right, HyperFast Nation, thank you for tuning in to this episode. Today, we're going to talk about the spring market. It came early in many places. We had interest rates go from 7% down to 6%, even the high 5s in early January. As a result, mortgage applications went up, when you looked at week over week, and a lot of buyers that seemed to be on the sidelines during Q3 and Q4 came out of the woodwork, wrote offers, multiples, homes that were sitting in a couple places I know of, different markets, all of a sudden got multiples, and the volume went up a lot. So is that trend going to continue, or are we going to have a short spring? Well, in beginning of February, some of the inflation data, economic data came in and indicated that inflation wasn't coming down as fast as the federal board liked. The job market is still really strong. So this is emboldening the Federal Reserve to, combat inflation. They've got a stated goal of bringing it down to 2%. It remains to be seen whether they will stick to that stated goal. Whereas in Q4, they were kind of talking about 5.1 being the terminal rate that they would, do the short-term rate hikes to. Now they're talking about going a quarter point or so higher and maybe leaving it there longer. As a result, in the last few weeks, we've seen the 10-year Treasury bond get up to a little over 4%. Now it's come back down under 4 again. And as a result, mortgage rates, as a result of this and just some of the chatter in the market, mortgage rates have gone back up to the, mid 6s, high 6s even. And, mortgage applications have started to come down. Now we're still seeing multiple offers in many markets. Real estate agents are still busy with buyers. We still have very low inventory. But my question to you, or just the question I want you to be asking yourself, because it's going to be a little different in every market, is, based on your current buyer demand, based on inventory, do you think it's going to be a shorter spring market with less overall volume? Now, I'm not really even talking about prices, because as real estate agents, we don't control what prices do. And we're operating in this environment of, there's going to be X percentage of deals, right? If there's less deals, there's going to be more competition for agents to get those deals. So I think you need to ask yourself the question of, how good will the spring market be in your area, and how long will it last? And I think in many places, we could, and I'm not saying it will be, but we could be looking at less deals and a shorter spring market. Now, the good news is there's still enough business in the market for every agent to get out there and, scrap, make contacts, make phone calls, generate leads, and do business, right? We're going to sell over 4 million homes this year in the United States. So there's definitely enough business out there. But it might be harder to get if we have a shorter and less deep spring. So what should you do to prepare? Well, one thing I think you should do is watch your budgets, right? Avoid creep. I think, what do I mean by creep? I mean, like adding new things and not looking and doing that without looking at, what you might need to get rid of. So, don't assume that your March numbers or your March ratifieds, going in April, May, are going to be foretelling of what the rest of the year will look like. So, make sure you're being smart on watching your budget. Make sure you're being smart on looking at, what I call creep, and just adding without cutting and out doing analysis. So, sticking with the theme of expenses, look at ways to reduce expenses. One of the ways that we are helping real estate agents reduce their expenses is by helping them pay less to their broker. All right. Carrie and I, for those of you who don't know, joined EXP at the end of last year, and we've been helping other agents make the transition all around the country. And we're running numbers for agents. Some of these some agents and teams at uncapped brokers are, I run the numbers for them, what they're paying their current broker, what they would pay EXP. Solo agents are saving anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000 a year, and we've had teams anywhere from the $50,000 a year range to up to $500,000. We've had a couple teams that are close to $500,000 in savings by making the move to EXP Realty. So look at ways to reduce expenses. One of the best is to pay your broker less money. All right, you're going to get the same or better services. And we all know that, real estate agents generate the leads. They're in charge of the marketing, not the broker, right? The broker's not the brand. So if you can save money there, great. Look for other ways too. If you have lead sources that aren't working anymore, get rid of them. If you have technology platforms that you're not using anymore, get rid of them. So look for ways to reduce expenses. Sticking to this theme of what a brokerage switch might do for you. If you can build other revenue streams, you're going to be protected if, your sales go down. So one of the ways we are, again, helping other agents do this is by making the move to EXP Realty, right? Because when you sponsor other agents at EXP, you get something called revenue share, right? You get part of the company dollar that they generate, potentially down to 7 levels, right? So when they sponsor agents, your group grows. Carrie and I, again, have been helping real estate agents make this move and then helping them sponsor agents. If you want to learn more, by the way, about joining me at EXP Realty, getting our free coaching and training, getting our, access to our recruiting tools and training, and reducing your expenses, building revenue share, stock awards, all of that, just send me a text message, 703-638-4393. Again, if you want to learn more about being sponsored at EXP Realty, I'd be honored to help you. Just text me at 703-638-4393. Another great way that you should think about to prepare for potentially a shorter spring market is reach out to your database more, right? I want you sending more emails to your database, more emails to your past clients, do more phone calls, put together some events for past clients, right? And they don't have to be big, extravagant things that cost a ton of money. It can just be a barbecue, and maybe you get, some different vendors or partners to help sponsor it. So, get your hands on your database more. You've put in the years, right? You've put in the time, paid the money to build your database. So get the most out of it. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the HyperFast Show. Please share this episode with other people that would benefit from seeing it. Leave us a review, give us some feedback. We'll see you next time.